What's going on? This is Tyson McGuffin. I got K-mac here with me, and we got a boiler room breakdown taking place. This is from PPA Australia, which took place this last weekend, and this is Lacey and I's mix final. We are playing Jesse and the highlight reel Gabe Tardio. Let's take a look. We got 2-1 here. I think I was telling Lacey there to keep the return on Jesse. Okay, hiya. Not gonna lie, it is tough to put this Franklin ball away. It is. Points are enhanced. Defense
made
is
for
enhanced.
Some great rallies.
It does. All right, 1-2 here. Got the ball back. Nice little drop.
We'll drive behind Gabe there.
Play some D. Keep her in play. Get there. Oh. Drop by Tardio.
Yeah, and when the ball's tougher to put away, you know, you need sometimes a little bit more variety. Gabe doing a nice job of
very much
going against just going big and bigger and throwing in the little kisser.
Yep. Okay, I told Lacey to leave that ball. Easier said than done. This is probably the only time you will see me hit a backhand drive as a third in doubles. I was not able to find a forehand there. And
put it on a rope, though. The drive was just fine.
Right. So I told Lacey to leave this ball. So for viewers out there, if you are in transition, even though this Franklin ball does tend to drop a bit more and tend to stay in, it just seems like if you're in transition and you're second guessing taking a volley like from your shoulders, or if your hands are getting up late, know that you will never know until you let a couple go. But there is a select skill set with letting some out balls go, and that skill set goes a long way. So if you're in transition and those hands are late getting up, why don't you try to leave a couple and see what happens? Okay, they got the ball back nice and quick here, damn it. Nice little drop by Tardio. Okay, finding some forehands here. I feel like I did a good job of using my feet here, finding more forehands, maintaining control in the dinking battle.
Yeah, and I think, you know, a good rule of thumb is, you know, in mixed doubles for guys, it's not that you can't dink to the opposing male. You have to sometimes, right? But I think the key is you can't be giving them dead dinks, right? Tyson's doing a good job of every time he goes over to Gabe, he's using top spin or you know, playing a nice slice over there. He's not just putting the ball over there to give Gabe something that he can attack or keep control of the point. So sometimes you do have to go there, but make sure it's not a dead dink.
Okay, and Gabe, you know, kind of uses that same lean, takes a speed up off his inside foot, comes at me. I am not quite ready. I thought he'd be pulling at Lacey. But just another play of Gabe kind of recognizing that they're in control, look to lean, capitalize, take it out of the air.
Kind of gives a look away too, like he's looking at Lacey as he goes cross body on you. Well played by him.
Okay, that was a play that hurt us early on, not gonna lie. We're putting the return on Jesse. Gabe was disconnecting nice and early, trusting that Jesse's drive was gonna get down. Tough volley to hit from Lacey. She's on the move. Jesse hits a good dipping drive. Gabe's in front of her. K-mac, tell me, what's a good plan B there versus to swing?
Yeah, I think when you're running in, if you feel like you're a step late, you know they've beat you with that play a couple other times, you've got the guy closing in front of you. Obviously, you'd love to swing and keep him back, but if you're behind in the point, you just kind of have to survive that drive. So I think just choosing to block and try to just play that short.
Hit the old surrender button.
Surrendering the idea of keeping an advantage, but you've kind of already lost the advantage when you're late coming in. So being willing to throw different looks at your opponents with the volley if you feel like you're behind in the point.
Okay, like that. All right, so put the return on Gabe here. Gabe dropped inside foot. Let's take a look again. Okay, drop inside foot. Here's a little lifting to work with. So as you all know, I kind of love to take a step back and buy myself some time. With that, if it's up and lifty and I'm comfortable going head to head, or if I'm playing mixed, I like to kind of take that ball at the girl, dare her to beat me up the line. And let's watch that again here. Okay, so Gabe takes a step back. I kind of have more of a lifty dink.
Yep.
And I went right at Jesse's right hip there. I know Jessie likes to slide and kind of find space on her counter. If that's the case, you know, going belly button, going right hip definitely makes a lot of sense.
Well, yeah, I think body there is the obvious choice, just because when you're coming over to the middle like that, you are exposed on your line, right? So you're not want to give her any ball that she can kind of release the hands and turn on. But if you go right in the body, even if she would have made that counter, the recounter is probably going to come right directly back to you, and she won't be able to get it lined very easy.
Oh, Gabe, stop.
That's pretty good.
Stop. That is very good. And let's see here. So Lacey left the return short. I'm trying to play heavy middle, kind of play singles here. Gabe does a great job of hitting this little hybrid, more of a drive than a drop, but gets it back behind me, goes short angle. And that's when we immediately call a timeout.
Yeah, and it's not a bad play by Tyson here. You kind of have to guess a little bit when your partner returns short, because you want to help them. That's the obvious choice for your opponents, to just drive at the partner that's late coming in. So if they can drive cross court, it's usually a very tough play to get beat there with all pace. But Gabe makes a nice adjustment, goes more spin than power alone to open up that short angle for a winner.
All right, scores 1-5 on a 2. Got Gabe serving. Jessie does a great job defending. And not gonna lie, Jessie is known to kind of like take her sweet time as she's coming in. She doesn't rush, likes to kind of play in transition there.
Yeah, transition's definitely one of the strengths, you know, of her game, at least defensively.
Yeah. All right, let's watch this point again here. Okay, so put the return on inside foot. Jessie does a great job defending here. Hits a sweet little block. Not gonna lie, that Franklin definitely helps in that area. Speeds. Gabe hits a nice little block. Back to soft. And this is my fault here. This dink wasn't all that pushy. And, you know, similar to kind of my little step back forehand speed up, Gabe does a great job there of recognizing that the dink doesn't have a whole lot of intent behind it. Takes a little step back, uses that little two-y up the line. Lacey's kind of sitting more backhand and was able to find the back baseline there. Check this out. Lifty, step back, not too shabby.
Yeah, and without that step back, without the footwork component, he's forced to just really, you know, half volley that dink and lift it. So sometimes, you know, sacrificing, you know, a step off the line, showing good footwork opens up the offensive arsenal.
Yep. Step back and bang. All right, so Gabe tries to overcommit here, and I saw him leaning middle. I kind of held that, got the crowd going. Definitely not the easiest play in the book, but if you feel like, yeah, like you're taking a ball from down below the net, maybe you're taking it as like a fourth or a sixth. The person that's dropping is back, and their partner's disconnecting and coming up. So I can hit the old surrender button there and just kind of, you know, drop it in the kitchen. Or if I see them over leaning and I recognize how much time I have, because I have plenty of time, I can look to kind of hold and go a bit more inside out there. Let's watch that again.
Yeah, and I feel like in mixed, Tyson, sometimes you don't even have to see them crashing.
Right.
You can kind of just mentally be a step ahead, because you know the guy in mixed is going to look to get involved and going to look to poach off of a great drop. So anytime you're facing a great drop, it's a great time, if you just have to dink the ball anyways, to throw that dink behind them.